Hi everybody, welcome to the Word at One for Tuesday, November 30th, the final day of the month of November, moving into the month of December. And as a kid, I don't know if you probably experienced this too, as a kid, it felt like the month of December took forever. So when December 1st came, it felt like it was going to be forever until we got to December 24th, the night before Christmas, and those days just seemed to take longer and longer and longer as we're waiting for Christmas to come. Well, yesterday in the book of Matthew, we talked about the part of Jesus' descendancy, his line, that ends up in exile. So the exiles were in Babylon for 70 years. When they first went into exile, some people told them they'd only be in exile for 2 years. And then Jeremiah comes along and has the bad news of having to tell them, no, it's not 2 years, it's 70 years. Well, the people didn't want to hear that. They got very upset. And so Jeremiah had kind of a rough time because people really didn't like his message. But Jeremiah is also, it's a tough message for all of us to sort of hear, that sometimes there are times in life where we're kind of in an exile period and we think to ourselves, well, hopefully it'll just be short. And God says, it's probably going to be a little bit longer than you think, but these are my instructions for you. And these are the instructions that Jeremiah gives to the people in how to wait on what God is doing. He says, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says to all those I carried into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. Build houses and settle down. Plant gardens and eat what they produce. Marry and have sons and daughters. Find wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage, that they too may have sons and daughters. Increase in number there. Do not decrease. Also, seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you into exile. Pray to the Lord for it, because if it prospers, you too will prosper. So this concept of exile, this look in exile, it may be something that you're kind of feeling today, right now, is you feel disconnected, you feel apart, something in your life has changed dramatically, and you want it to go back. You want it to be the way it was. You want it to be over. And the Lord's advice to us today, and the Lord's word to us today from his word, and this Word at One, is to settle in to right where you're at. Settle in and increase. Do not decrease. Do not spend your time wondering or hoping or wishing, but spend our time getting closer to the Lord. Settle into this moment that you're in right here and now, and God will do his work. God will always do his work, no matter what, whether we're willing or not. God will always do his work. But to be a part of it, to get closer to him through it, to really rejoice in the redemptive power of what his work will do, we need to settle in. Settle into this moment. Settle in, learn patience, learn endurance, and learn that while we wait, we have the greatest gift. And that's a relationship with God, that no matter what exile we are in, that will never change, and nothing can separate us from him or from his love. And so while we wait, we look to him, we settle in, and we understand that God is at work no matter what. See you all tomorrow.